core memory from your childhood still sticks with you to this day? The first time I forged Dad's signature, my hands shook so badly I had to practice on 20 sheets of paper first. Mom had been dead for 3 months, and the electricity was about to be shut off. I was 10. I found him passed out on the couch, empty bottles forming a fortress around him. His work badge lay on the coffee table next to a pink slip warning about his absences. I called his boss. "Hello, Mr. Davidson. This is Lily from Dr. Peterson's office. I'm calling about Michael Pilley." "Yes, he's been seeing the doctor for severe grief complications. The doctor recommends extended bereavement leave." My voice was steady, professional. I'd learned it from watching Mom handle Dad's affairs when he was deployed. Mr. Davidson bought it completely. The checks were easier after that first signature. Bank tellers smiled at the sweet girl helping her daddy. I memorized which grocery stores had lax security, which aisles had blind spots. I became an expert at self-checkout, scanning expensive items as bananas, walking out with just enough to not starve. "Your father must be so proud," Mrs. Patterson said, watching me carry groceries up our walkway. Such a responsible young lady. I beamed at her. "He says I'm his little helper." She never wondered why a 10-year-old was grocery shopping alone on a school day. At school, I was the perfect student. Straight A's, never missed homework despite having no one to check it. Teachers praised my maturity, my independence. When they asked about the bruises, I had a repertoire of excuses. Fell off my bike, tripped during gymnastics. What gymnastics? Ran into a doorframe reading while walking. "She's delightfully clumsy," Ms. Hangrit told another teacher, laughing, "but so bright. And look how she helped the younger kids during lunch." I helped them because they sometimes didn't finish their sandwiches. The stealing got more sophisticated. I learned which stores prosecuted and which just banned you. I figured out that if you looked clean and spoke well, security guards assumed you were just forgetful, not desperate. I kept Dad's work situation afloat with increasingly elaborate medical excuses. Even learned to mimic different doctors' letterheads. Some nights Dad would emerge from his stupor, pull me close with breath that burned my nostrils. "You're just like her," he'd slur. "So smart, taking care of everything. My good girl." Those were the nights I went to bed hungry, giving him my hidden stash of peanut butter crackers so he'd have something in his stomach besides vodka. The system was perfect. Everyone saw what they wanted to see. A grieving father doing his best. A mature daughter stepping up. No one wanted to look closer because that would mean doing something about it. Until Ms. Pilley caught me. It wasn't dramatic. She simply asked me to stay after class and close the door. Then she did something no adult had done in months. She asked me real questions. "What's your favorite food, Lily?" "Pasta with butter," I said automatically. Then, because she was still looking at me with those patient eyes, I whispered, "When we have butter." "What do you and your dad like to do together for fun?" I searched for lies and found none. Sometimes when he's sleeping, I sit next to him and tell him about school, so he won't be alone. "What time do you usually go to bed?" "When he stops drinking." The smile never left my face. I'd learned that if you smiled, adults stopped asking questions. But Ms. Pilley wasn't stopping. And when I finally looked up at her, I saw something that made my chest tight. Tears in her eyes. "Wait here, sweetheart," she said, handing me her phone. "You can play games on this while I go get someone, okay?" 2 hours later, I heard the knock. Ms. Pilley came back with 2 police officers and a woman in a gray suit who introduced herself as being from Family Services. They all had that same look, like they were trying to smile but their faces wouldn't cooperate. "We're going to take a ride to your house," the woman said. "We need to check on your dad." My body went cold. "No, he's sleeping. He needs to sleep off the grief medicine." But they were already walking me to the car. I tried to run, but Officer Kim caught me gently. "It's okay," she said. "We're going to help." "You don't understand," I screamed. "I have to call his work tomorrow. I have to deposit the check. There's no food, and he doesn't know where I hide the money, and—" "Shh," the woman said. "That's not your job, honey." When we got home, Dad didn't answer. The police said they needed to do a wellness check. I begged them to leave him alone, told them he just needed rest, promised I'd take better care of him. "Please," I sobbed. "I'll be better. I won't let the food run out again. I'll forge the checks better. I promise." The woman's face crumpled. She nodded to the officers. When they opened Dad's bedroom door, the smell hit me first. Stale alcohol, unwashed clothes, and something else. Something that made the officers immediately push me back. "Call EMS," one said urgently. "Now." "Dad!" I fought against the arms holding me. "Dad, wake up! I'm sorry. I'll get more food. I'll fix it." But as the paramedics rushed past me, as I heard words like unresponsive and possible alcohol poisoning, I realized my careful system hadn't been protecting him. It had been hiding him while he died. The social worker held me as I screamed, my responsible voice finally shattering into what it really was. A terrified child who'd been drowning for months. "He needs me," I kept saying. "Who's going to take care of him?" "The doctors will," she promised. "And someone's going to take care of you now too." As they wheeled him out on a stretcher, oxygen mask on his gray face, I saw our house clearly for the first time in months. Empty bottles everywhere. Forged checks scattered on the table. My practice signatures. The stolen food in the cabinets. Evidence of a 10-year-old trying to hold up an entire world. Is he going to die? Full story on channel linked below.